Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Epsom Downs here on Wednesday. It is April the 26th, 2017. Gonna look at all the races on today's program from Epsom, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. It's a great card. We have the Derby trial. It's just a great card of racing. So let's get on to it. 6 races, starting off at race number 1, the 2:10 post time from Epsom. It's the Investec Asset Finance Handicap. It's Class 3 handicap here, going for a purse $24,500. It's for 4-year-olds and upward, rated 81 to 95. Field of 11 horses going the 1,000-meter trip or 5 furlongs on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the 4-horse Pix Aline. I'm going to go 4-3-6 in the tricast or the trifecta, 4-3-6, but my top pick, number 4, Pix Aline. 15-1, Ocean Murphy is on this Malcolm Sanders trained 5-year-old mare out of Pastoral Pursuits. This horse is making his second start of the year, but most recently first start of the year at Bath on the 14th of April. 6 furlongs in a Class 2 conditions race. This horse finished 5th by 5 3/4 lengths that day behind Methmuir. Nobody was catching Methmuir, ran a hell of a race, but this horse, it was his first start back. He needed the run. I think today, second off the layup on a race course, which is, pretty fair. He should do better. Start before October the 8th at Newmarket. 6 furlongs in the fillies listed stakes. Horse finished 8th by 7 1/4 lengths. Again, so much tougher that day. This horse just really weakened out of it. It was a very tough race for him, so just throw that race out. Start before at Newmarket, October the 1st. 6 furlongs in the fillies handicap Class 2 horses. Horse finished second by a nose behind Summer Chorus at 4-1 as the 4-1 favorite, and just missed. Disappointing beat. It was his first start in a month. Start 4 Chepstow, 6 furlongs, Class 4 handicap. Horse finished third by half lengths. As the 7-2 favorite, just missed the victory. He's been up there very close his last few starts. He's been facing so much tougher his last few starts. He's stepping down here today, going a furlong less. He should have a very good run, so watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for race number 1, the 2:10 from Epsom, it's the Investec Assets Finance Handicap. Gonna go with the 4-horse Pix Aline. I'm gonna go 4-3-6 in the tricast or the trifecta. Let's get on to today's second race from Epsom. It's the 2:45 post time. It's the featured on the program. It's the Investec Derby Trial. It's a conditions race for Class 2 horses, going for a purse of $61,500. It's for 3-year-olds only. Field of 8 horses going the 2,000-meter trip or 1 mile and 1/4 on the turf course. And, this is the Derby Trial, or as the people in the UK say, the Derby Trial. I'm an American, so I say Derby. It's a great race. Here in America, we used to have a race called the Derby Trial. It used to be run at Churchill Downs the week before the Kentucky Derby, actually, the Saturday before, which is a week, of course. But it used to be a mile race, and if you won it, you most likely you would start next week in the Derby. And I think one horse might have won the Derby many years ago, who also won the Derby Trial. The last horse to do anything in the Kentucky Derby Trial and do something in the Kentucky Derby was a horse called Don't Get Mad in 2005. I believe he finished 4th. That was the year Giacomo won. Closing Argument finished 2nd. Fleet Alex finished 3rd, and I think Don't Get Mad finished 4th. I believe he was the last horse to finish somewhere in the placings with no Lasix in the American Derby. But that was a great race. This race it's always been a great one. You have some very nice horses running in this one. The last time I believe a horse won this race and then went on to win the Derby, or the Derby, as you guys say. I believe it was 2004. Something like that, maybe 2003. So it was somewhere around there. It was around the mid 2000s. But it's a great race, and my top pick in this one, I like the 3-horse Cracksman with Frankie Dettori. I'm gonna go 3-4-2 in the tricast or the trifecta. 3-4-2 tricast, but number 3 Cracksman, Frankie Dettori for John Gosden, the Striel colt out of Frankel. Frankie Dettori and John Gosden have teamed up to win this race the last 2 years. They won it last year with Somidar and the year before with Chris Starr, Christopher Marlowe. That Christopher Marlowe ran probably the fastest mile and a quarter in this race in the past, I don't know, 15 years. Last year they ran an absolutely slow time, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. But if you're wondering how I got this stuff, I have it written down actually on a piece of paper right here. They ran pretty slow last year, the fast the year before. Gosden and Dettori won the last 2 years, and I think they're going to make it 3 in a row this year. This 3-horse Cracksman, like I said, 3-year-old colt out of Frankel's, only had 1 career start. That was at Newmarket in the fall, October the 19th, yielding going, 1 mile, 1,600 meters in a Class 4 maiden race for 2-year-olds. This horse won by 1 1/4 lengths that day at 9-2 and really ran on well. Just got the lead in the stretch. The rally mile is a big long stretch basically. Got the lead about 3/16 of a mile from the finish and then took off clear. Very, very nice victory. He has the perfect kind of running style, sitting a little bit closer to the front because on this race course going over a mile, you really want to be a front runner. Deep closures don't really do well closing on this turf course, and he's also drawn low, which I think is also great. So he's the perfect horse for this race. I think he'll run a big one here at 9-5. My second place horse who I have in my TriCast, the 4-horse Never Surrenders at 7-1. If something happens to the 3-horse where he doesn't show up, I think this Never Surrender could maybe win, and I might actually place a few dollars to win on him also. He's a perfect running style for this race course, sitting a little bit closer his last few starts at Doncaster. Going last time out, April the 1st, Doncaster, in a 2,000 meter mile and a quarter handicap. This horse finished second by a half length. It was really closing up that day at the end, sitting a little bit closer, but couldn't catch the winner. But it was his first start since October the 1st, so he needed the race. Start before in a maiden 2-year-old race at Newmarket in the fall. This horse finished second. Again, sitting a little bit closer, but the winner just quickened up a little bit too fast for this one. Like I said, he has a perfect running style for the front runners. He could also maybe get a piece of it as a bit of a long shot play. So, like I said, if the 4-horse goes up in some nice big odds, I might play a few dollars to win on him. But it looks like Cracksman is the horse to beat, and I think he should run a big one. But if there's something that goes maybe a miss with him, I think the 4-horse Never Surrender could maybe get a piece of it also. So to recap my bets for the second race from Epsom, it's the 2:45 post time. It's the Investec Derby Trial, or the Derby Trial. Gonna go with the 3-horse Cracksman. As a long shot play, I'll use the 4-horse Never Surrender, and in my TriCast, or the trifecta, I'll go 3-4-2 in the Derby Trial. So race number 3 now from Epsom, the 3:15 post time. It is the Investec Corporate Banking Great Metropolitan Handicap. This is another great race with so much tradition in it. It's Class 3 handicap here, going for a purse $24,500 for 4-year-olds and upwards, rated 81 to 95. Also open to such horses rated 96 to 97. Such horses rated 80 and below are also eligible. See standard conditions. They're going the field of 9 horses are going the 2,400 meter trip, or a 1 mile and 1/2 on the Derby course. From the Derby start, or the Derby start. I like a horse that's a bit of a price here, the 5-horse William Hunter. I'm going to go 5-8-1 in the TriCast, or the trifecta, 5-8-1. But my top pick, number 5, William Hunter, with Fergus Sweeney. This 5-year-old colt trained by Alan King. He's making his second start of the year, most recently on the 1st of April at Kempton, mile 3/8 in a Class 2 handicap. This horse finished 8th by 7 3/4 lengths that day, and really didn't quicken up that day. First start back, this horse needed the race. I think coming back to turf, this horse should have a better run. Start before November the 5th at Doncaster, a mile and a half, 2,400 meters in a Class 2 handicap. This horse finished 4th by 4 3/4 lengths that day. Again, he just didn't have the best of quickening that day. Prize money ran well. It just wasn't his day to win. And then at start before came at Newmarket, September the 22nd, mile and a half at a Class 2 handicap. Horse finished 6th by 11 lengths. I think the course wasn't to his liking, and also, he just didn't really quicken up again that day. But he ran some very tough races over the summer. Before that, he won a very nice race at Ascot, September the 2nd, in a Class 2 handicap, Class 3 handicap, 1 by 1/4 lengths. 5-2 favorite. He just quickened up nicely, just ran out. Very nice win for this horse. And then start before October the 4th at Brighton, on August 4th at Brighton, mile and a half, Class 4 handicap. Horse won by 1/4 lengths, 9-2 again that day. Easy victory. I think he just ran out of steam at the end of the season. I think in this spot, second off the layoff, this horse should run a very big one. So I'll use him as a top pick. So to recount my bets for the third from Epsom, it's the Investec Corporate Banking Great Metropolitan Handicap. Going to go with the 5-horse William Hunter. Going to go 5-8-1 in the TriCast of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 4. Race 4 from Epsom, the 350 post time. It's the Investec City and Suburban Handicap. It's a Class 2 handicap here, going for a purse of $55,500. It's for 4-year-olds and upward, rated 86 to 105. Field of 13 horses going the distance of ground of 2,000 meters, or 1 mile and 1/4 on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the 5-horse Innocent Touch. I'm going to go 5-3-9 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 5-3-9, but my top pick, number 5, Innocent Touch, here with Tony Hamilton for this Richard Fahey trained 6-year-old gelding out of Intense Focus. He's drawn good on this turf course, stall number 4, which is great. You want to be low. This horse is coming off his first start of the year, April 11th at Pontefract, a mile and a quarter in a Class 2 handicap. This horse finished third by 1.5 lengths that day, and really didn't have the best of closing kicks. He didn't weaken out of it, but he didn't advance either. I think he needed the race. Second off, this horse should run a bang-on one. Start force time the 17th at Air, a mile and a quarter Class 2 handicap. This horse finished 10th by 11 lengths. He stepped up in a little bit of class that day and really weakened out of it. Just wasn't his day to win. And then he had to start locally at Epsom on the 29th of August, a mile and a quarter in a Class 3 handicap. Horse won by length. A very nice victory. Course and distance winner. I think coming back here where he's had success, his last success came here, I think he should do well. So I'm going to use him as a top pick. So to recount my bets for the fourth, the 350 from Epsom, it's the Investec City and Suburban Handicap. Going to go with the 5-horse Innocent Touch. Going to go 5-3-9 in the TriCast of the trifecta. To the fifth race, the 425 from Epsom, it's the Investec Foreign Exchange Maiden Stakes. It's a Class 5 maiden race here, going for a purse of $7,500. It's for maidens 3 and 4-year-olds only. Field of 9 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the 3-horse hopefully I say this right, Narson, the 3-horse. I'm going to go 3-2-6 in the TriCast or the trifecta, 3-2-6, but my top pick, number 3, Arson, 2-1, Ryan Moore for Ed Dunlop, the 3-year-old colt out of Exceed and Excel. Most recently on the 11th of April at Linkfield, 1 mile on the poly track in a Class 5 maiden race. This horse finished third by 6 3/4 lengths at 8-1. Really didn't quicken up that day. It just wasn't his day to win. Start before March 25th at Linkfield, 1 mile Class 5 maiden race. Horse finished fourth by 1 3/4 lengths. As the favorite, again, he just really weakened out of it. Was closer to the front that day, and he just hit the wall. First start back off a layoff of about 2 months or so. Start before it came at Linkfield again, January 28th, 7th from Class 5 maiden. Horse finished third by 2.5 lengths. He closed up a little bit that day, but you just need a little extra kick. I think today with the extra 16th of a mile, coming to turf for the first time, he should have a very good run. Gets a good poster also, and a world-class rider. So to recount my bets for the fifth from Epsom, it's the Investec Foreign Exchange Maiden Stakes. Going to go with the 3-horse Arson. Going to go 3-2-6 in the TriCast of the trifecta. To the final race into the program from Epsom, the 6th race, the 5 o'clock post time. It's the Investec Private Banking Handicap. Class 4 handicap here, going for a purse of $11,000 for 3-year-olds only, rated 66 to 80. It's also open to such horses rated 81 and 82. Such horses rated 65 and below are also eligible. See standard condition. Field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 or 1,700 meters. My top pick in this one, I like the 11-horse Master of Discovery. I'm going to go 11-7-2 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 11-7-2, but my top pick, number 11, Master of Discovery, 6-1 with John Fahey. Most recently on the 10th of April at Windsor. Good turf course, 1,600 meters or a mile in a Class 5 handicap. Horse won by 1.5 lengths at 8.5 to 1. Just ran incredibly well. Good closing kick. It was just an all-around great race for this horse. First start off of pretty long layoff since the fall. That fall start came September 28th at Nottingham. Amount a quarter Class 5 handicap, horse finished 6 by 18 lengths. Really weakened out of it, just wasn't his day to win after a very tough 2016 campaign. And then start 4 Class 6 handicap at Bath Mile on September the 10th. Horse won by 5 lengths, went away with it at 8.5 to 1. Just an easy, clear victory. He's one last time out, one at Bath. The extra 16th of a mile shouldn't matter to this horse. He's out of Henry the Navigator, should get the distance for sure. So watch out for this one at 6 to 1. So to recap my bets for the 6 from Epsom, it's the 5 o'clock post time. It's the Investec Private Banking handicap. Gonna go with the 11 horse. Gonna go 11-7-2 in the tricast of the trifecta. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.